So today on Think on These Things, we're going to talk about Jesus who's been resurrected. So I'm going to read today from Matthew 28, verses 1 through 10. After the Sabbath at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. There was a violent earthquake, for an angel of the Lord came down from heaven and, going to the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became like dead men. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He is risen, just as he said. Come and see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples. He is risen from the dead and is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. Now I have told you." So the woman hurried away from the tomb, afraid yet filled with joy, and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them. "Greetings," he said. They came to him, clasped his feet, and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me." The tomb is open and the grave is empty. And the tomb was rolled away, the rock covering the tomb was rolled away, not so that Jesus could get out, but so that the women and that others could see that Jesus was alive. And I just think this must have been such an emotional 180, that yesterday, their Savior, this person that they had put all of their hope and dreams into, he was dead. And today he is alive, just like he said he would be, something that maybe they didn't entirely understand yet. And I love that as we've been going through the book of Luke on Sunday mornings, and we've been going through it in the ladies' Bible study, that there's this thing that keeps sticking out in the miracles that Jesus does. And often he tells those who are healed to not go and tell what has happened to other people. In fact, he says, keep it silent, don't tell anyone. And I think a lot of that comes from he didn't want to be known as, this is Jesus who can heal anyone and he works miracles. And this is what he's good for. But the important thing was that he was the Messiah, that these miracles were a way to show who he was. So I think that the big news here is that Jesus is God. It's not that Jesus does miracles and he heals people. It's that he can do these things because he is fully God. And now the people are ready to worship and experience him as Jesus. So for some of us during this COVID time, this has been really stressful. We might be worried about our health or the health of loved ones. We could be worried about our financial situation and how it might affect others that are dependent on us. For some of us, this has actually been a great time, a time to spend extra time with family, a time to take a break from our busy lives. And for some of us, this has been a very tough time. Maybe we're at home with people we don't get along with. Maybe we're at home with people who actually abuse us. We're in not good situations. Or we might be healthcare or NHS workers that are in the middle of all of this. We're on the front lines and we are not having enough time to see our family and our friends. We're not having enough rest. And in the middle of all of this chaos in our world right now, we are celebrating Easter. In the midst of the chaos, Jesus has come and he has the victory. In John 16:33, it says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." We have an eternal hope in Jesus who died, who was brought back to life, and he lives forever. He's still living. So right now I want to encourage you to not be afraid to tell people where you're at, how you're doing, whether you are having the time of your life or this has been a real big struggle. It's okay to feel however you're feeling. There's no right or wrong way on how you're supposed to feel right now. But I see one of the good things that's coming out during this time is that I think a lot of us are being more intentional with checking in with people, calling people, doing video chats. And so during this time, I want you to not be afraid to share with those people how Jesus has the victory in your life right now. Whether this has been a great time or a terrible time, Jesus still has the victory, and he will have the victory tomorrow, and he will have the victory the day after that, and he will have the victory for years and years to come. And he has the victory in your life. So in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of going to the grocery store and it feeling like the apocalypse, just know that Jesus has the victory no matter what is happening. He has the victory in your life. Don't be afraid to share that with other people.